Ernesto Espana. This was the scene Thursday at empty Mollenkopf Stadium, with Ray in a thoughtful mood about the impending fight here. Ray, your first visit over to this Mollenkopf Stadium, right in your own hometown. You played at another stadium in this area when you played your high school football.
Right. Warren, this school here in Warren and our school were in a different division, so we never did get to play at Mollenkopf, though I've heard all the great rivalries that have been played here. I've lived here all my life. I've never been at the stadium before.
There's been a few fine athletes here before. Paul Warfield, Willie Davenport.
Absolutely. There's a tremendous amount of athletes come out from the Youngstown, Warren area that have, in all sports, you know, and we're very proud of that.
What does it mean to you, then, to be staging your first title defense right here in your own hometown in a high school stadium?
This is a great thrill for me. I promised long ago that I'd win the world title and bring it back to Youngstown and Warren, and I would bring a world title fight back home. And I'm glad they didn't make me a liar.
Boom, 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 boom.
Ohio's Mahoning Valley has embraced its youthful hero with a series of banquets and various honors. The champion has been gracious with his hometown public, despite its demands on him for his time.
I feel if it doesn't take away from my rest or my time with my family, I'll do anything, you know, that anybody asks of me. I try to, you know, I am a public figure, and I try to be a good example, and I try to do well for organizations or people who want me to appear. They feel it's important that I appear there. I'm there.
Boom, 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 boom.
Thursday saw possibly the first ever pep rally for a boxer, complete with cheerleaders and a high school band. But with all the acclaim, his father, mother, and sister Ellen are still most important to Ray. Ray, by now everybody knows why you wanted to win the title so badly, to win it for your dad. Now you're the champion. What'll motivate you now?
I'm a hungry fighter still. I'm sure I've accomplished my goal. But now, if you could see the faces of my family, you know, sure they're happy and they're proud of me, you know, and I want to keep them smiles there. I want to keep them proud of me and keep them happy.
Lenny, with your recent health problems, Ray's success has proved to be a great tonic for you, hasn't it?
I'd say that. Let's give me a boost. As long as you don't get hurt, I'm satisfied.
Do you worry about that?
Well, I always worry about my son.
Yeah.
And don't forget he's my baby.
Clearly, his family is still Ray's driving force.
I gotta win this fight. You know, I want to be a good champion. This means so much for me and my family now that I am champ. I gotta hold on to this title, and I want to give them the good things, you know, that they deserve.
So it is coming up shortly. Ray Boom Boom Mancini, defending against Ernesto Espana, will return to Warren, Ohio for the WBA Lightweight Championship of the World in just a moment. Shining on one of the great events that we've covered all of this year, the Mancini-Espana title fight. With us as usual on our boxing commentary, Gil Clancy. And Gil, we know all about Ernesto Espana. He is a rough, tough guy who can be very dangerous early.
Timmy's a veteran fighter with a big height advantage over Ray Mancini. I think he's going to try to move Ray around, try to catch him coming in with right hands, thrown straight and as an uppercut. Very, very dangerous right hand uppercut. Ray's job is going to be try to move Espana back. Espana's been in a lot of tough wars. His legs are a little suspect. I think Ray's going to try to move him back behind a good stiff jab, move him in the corners against the ropes, and go to work with those combinations.
All right, Gil, back with us as a special commentator, the welterweight champion of the world, Sugar Ray Leonard. Ray, nice to have you with us on this very special event. You've always had the crowds behind you like the crowd will be for Ray Mancini here today. Obviously, that's got to give you a boost, but does it add some extra pressure, too?
Well, Tim, I believe under ordinary circumstances, that creates additional pressure other than the pressure of the fight. But I feel that with Mancini, his loyal fans here, it's a positive force. I think this will be a motivating factor in this fight against Espana.
All right, well, Ernesto Espana, as we said earlier, perhaps the loneliest figure in Warren, Ohio today, but he is poised, confidence, and experience, and he thinks that he is ready to take the crown back that he lost, and you saw him against Art Frias. January 30, 1982, here on CBS, Ernesto Espana in the black trunks trying to win the WBA lightweight crown for the third time. against Art Frias, the then champion. Through the early rounds, it was a close fight, but Frias had started to take it away. Late in the 9th round, suddenly a bad gash opens under the left eye of the champion Frias in blue. The referee from Korea comes in and stops the action, takes a close look at the gash, and rules Espana back to the neutral corner. The referee saying that the cut came from an accidental butt. In those circumstances, under WBA rules, if the fighter is unable to continue, they look at the scorecards. At this point, Frias was ahead. When the doctor on the left ruled that he could not continue, the cards then gave Frias a technical decision and he retained his title. Espana felt it should have been otherwise.
Bueno, gracias a la televisión, pues se dio a mí la nueva oportunidad porque por
thank you to television. By the videotape, you can see there was a left hook.
de que la herida fue hecha con un golpe de izquierda, un gancho de izquierda.
So Espana is still angry, and he is hungry, and he wants that crown back. Of course, Art Frias figured in another important bout, the one that saw Ray Mancini become champion of the world. You saw it here on May 8th of 1982 on CBS, and here is how we called it at that time. Certainly the most exciting 15-round bout packed into one round. Frias with a good combination to the face of Mancini. There is blood from that cut under the left eye of Frias, the cut he suffered in the title defense against Ernesto Espana that indeed stopped that fight, with Frias winning on a technical decision because he was ahead on the cards. It took 15 stitches to close that gash. It is under the eye. Gil, what's your opinion of it?
Well, we don't like to see anybody get cut, Tim, but it's not in any place that would endanger his vision at all. His vision. He'll be able to see the blood will not go into his eye. Again, it's of course how much it opens up. If it opens up, look at this. Look at this exchange. Mancini and Frias just battering him right back. Now blood from the nose of Ray Mancini. And remember that likewise, Gil, is not considered a problem with Ray. He bleeds easily from the nose. He lands a big left hook to the face of the champion. And a right hand. And that staggered Frias. Mancini has Frias in trouble. What a war. Down goes Frias. The champion is on the floor. Art Frias with less than 30 seconds to go now in this first round. He better get on his bicycle now. He better get on his bicycle.
Mancini jumps all over him, and he is in trouble on the ropes. Ray Mancini has the champion Frias in more trouble. It's target practice from Mancini. Throwing those non-stop punches he's famous for. Frias, it is all over as referee Richard Green has stopped the bout. A first round knockout for Ray Boom Boom Mancini. Held by Ray Boom Boom Mancini. Espana wants it back. It's his 6th lightweight title try, and he is in here in the stadium now in Warren, Ohio. There have been scattered boos, as you might expect. He will find few friends in this town, which is heavily in support of their hometown hero, Ray Boom Boom Mancini. Coming in with his handlers, Pedro Aponte, his trainer, Angel Espada, former WBA welterweight champion, now training him. And despite the fact that the crowd will be against him, Espana has shown that he is confident, poised, and experienced, and has no fear at all of Mancini or the crowd. Will the heat be a factor here today? Well, perhaps. Indeed, there was a minor dispute about which corner the two fighters would have. Espana and Mancini both wanting the one that is currently in the shade, and that is to our right. Mancini camp as champions, claiming it should be theirs. Espana now entering the ring. There is still a fair amount of sun in his corner, and he squints against it as he starts to shake out here in the ring. Ernesto Espana, the challenger, and the crowd with their boom boom banners. And here is the roar of the crowd for the champion, Ray Boom Boom Mancini, from nearby Youngstown. This Mahoning Valley area made up of the towns of Youngstown, Warren, Niles, Michigan, Ohio, of course, and they are all here in force today. Here is the champion making his first title defense and having the opportunity to do so in front of a hugely partisan crowd under perfect weather conditions here in Warren. Mollenkopf Stadium is the home stadium of Harding High School. And one of the prominent alumni, sports-wise, from Harding is Paul Warfield, the great Cleveland Browns star. Willie Davenport began his hurdles career here from rival Howland High. Many other athletes, Ross Brown and others, have come through. And here comes Boom Boom Mancini toward the ring as the entire crowd can now see him. The world champion wearing his belt. Let the music begin. We will return to Warren, Ohio for round one in a moment. And we are ready to go. The WBA Lightweight Championship. Temperatures in the 80s here at Mollenkopf Stadium. Let's go up to the ring announcer, Len Campana.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Warren, Ohio, and welcome to Mollenkopf Stadium. This is the main event of the afternoon. 15 rounds of boxing for the World Boxing Association Lightweight Championship of the World. Introducing in the blue corner, a former lightweight champion of the world. He is currently rated the #1 WBA contender, weighing in at 133¼ pounds, with a record of 36 wins and 4 losses, 30 wins coming by way of knockout from La Flor, Venezuela. Let's have a warm welcome for Ernesto Espana. His opponent this afternoon, making his first title defense, weighing in at 135 pounds. With a record of 23 wins and 1 loss, 18 wins coming by way of knockout from Youngstown, Ohio, ladies and gentlemen, the World Boxing Association Lightweight Champion of the World, Ray Boom Boom Mancini.
Ray Mancini, 5'5", 135 pounds. Ernesto Espana, the challenger, 5'10", 133 3/4 pounds. Espana won this title by a knockout of Claude Noel when it was vacant in June of '79. As we look at the tail of the tape, those figures evident to you, the height and reach advantage to Espana. Espana defended successfully against Johnny Lira, then lost it to Hilmer Kenty in March of 1980. Lost again in a rematch in September of 1980. Lost again on the technical decision to Art Frias, January 30th of '82 here on CBS. The perennial #1 contender, it seems, as placed there by the WBA Championship Committee. Here he is again, and facing Boom Boom Mancini in his own hometown, Warren, Ohio. The referee is Stanley Christodoulou. He will figure in the scoring. The judges Les Muller, also from South Africa, and Chung Young-soo from South Korea. Christodoulou from Johannesburg, South Africa, an experienced WBA referee. Mancini in red, Espana in black. Tim Ryan, Gil Clancy, and Sugar Ray Leonard with the commentary today.
Tim, Espana has legs like a giraffe. He lopes around the ring. His legs are almost as tall as Mancini.
Ray, I'm sure you would agree with Gil. Espana will be at his most dangerous in the early rounds.
I would say that. I would totally agree, Tim. I feel that this round is a very dangerous round for Mancini because he can't get over anxious and rush into Espana because Espana's been around, he knows the ring. So this round here is very important.
So far, Mancini is very, very tight. In the fight with Arthreus, he got hurt early in the first round, too, Ray. Doesn't pay to be in there when you're all tight. You get nailed with one good punch, and it can be very effective.
Well, I understand that Mancini lifts weight, and this could be a factor as far as tightening his muscles up.
Well, I've never been for weightlifting. Apparently, so far, it's worked successfully for Ray Mancini.
Well, just to clarify that, he has worked primarily on the Nautilus equipment, which is not lifting free weights. And in the 6-week training period for this fight, he did not even use the Nautilus, but he did use some other special exercises involving carrying weights on his back during push-ups and running exercises from his trainer, Murphy Griffith.
Espana just threw a vicious right-hand uppercut to him. It just missed, but that's probably his most dangerous punch. And a punch like that can rip you wide open if it catches you.
Espana's trying to set Mancini up for an overhand right. I notice he extended his left jab and trying to keep it out there for just a fraction of a second.
Espana caught by a right hook to the body, knocked off balance, but Mancini unable to follow up effectively. Round 1 scheduled for 15. Under a minute to go in this first round. Brilliant blue skies here in Warren, Ohio. Temperatures in the high 80s.
This is a fight, Tim, where a guy could say he got knocked out because he didn't see the punch. The sun was in his eyes.
That's right. Could happen. There is a canopy, we might point out, offering some protection to the fighters in terms of the sun. But right now, where the position of the sun is, off to our left, it is flooding the ring. Good solid left jab by Mancini. Under 20 seconds to go in round number 1. Neither fighter has landed a really tough blow. The best one a body shot from Mancini. Final seconds, round 1. Round number 2 scheduled for 15. Under the blue skies in Warren, Ohio, the champion in red, the challenger Espana in black.
That first round, Espana was pretty much trying to measure the short of Mancini.
Mancini landed a solid left hook that last exchange. Ray, have you ever fought outdoors in this kind of heat?
Oh, yes, I remember Tommy Hearns, and that was a factor. That heat, it really takes its toll because as the rounds go by, especially if they're fast-paced rounds, you really become totally exhausted, dehydrated.
Good solid left jab by Mancini. Of course, the crowd will cheer every punch that he even throws, let alone lands. We'll be interpreting those which are most effective for you at home.
Mancini's working that body pretty good now, Tim. He's landed a couple of good left hooks underneath. Then that sets up the hook on the chin.
Well, I feel that's going to be
good, solid.
That was a beautiful right hand. But those body shots Mancini is trying to deliver could really help him out against the taller Espana.
Espana is one of the few fighters that I've ever seen that actually looks like he's in pain when he gets hit with a punch. He really has a look of pain on his face. You notice that, Ray?
Yes. His expression is deceptive, but he still tries to set Mancini up for that overhand right.
In addition to claiming that the punch that caused the cut on Arthreus' face came from a punch and not a butt, Espana also feels that he didn't have enough time to train for that fight. He's ready for this one. 3 months in the gym for this Mancini title fight. He's 27 years of age, and as Gil Clancy pointed out, some think maybe that those legs will not hold up over a long bout.
Especially when you're backing up, Tim. Legs weren't made to go backwards. If you can back a guy up long enough, you're going to wear him out.
Under a minute to go, round 2. Espana trying that right uppercut again, but Mancini blocked it. Espana was never blessed with hand speed. One thing that he seems to do is to telegraph most of his punches.
Well, he gets away with it, Tim, because he's so tall. But ordinarily, a fighter can't do that. Telegraph a punch.
Mancini has led with a couple of right hands to the head, which could prove dangerous because he leaves himself wide open when he does that. He's trying to reach for that tall target. That's better. He should move in behind that jab.
the 10-second mark of round number 2. We'll be back with more boxing action after this word from your local station. Tim Ryan with Gil Clancy, Sugar Ray Leonard. We're looking into the corner of the champion, Ray Boom Boom Mancini, as we await the beginning of round number 3, scheduled for 15. Mancini off the stool in a hurry for this third round.
They were using a little pressure, a little ice under Mancini's left eye, Tim, between rounds. I didn't notice any swelling, but perhaps there was.
Does seem to be a little redness on the corner above the left eye. Good solid body shots from Mancini. Just missed with a right hook to the chin.
Mancini's doing the right thing. He's carried the fight to Espana, keeping pressure on him, trying to work the body, trying to score some points.
You mentioned that Espana moves around the ring like a giraffe, Tim, and you mentioned that his hands were a little slow. But in previous fights, they've been very, very accurate.
Espana had a string of early knockouts back in his career. Good left hand by Mancini and a right hand. That wobbled Espana. Knocked him off the soles of his feet momentarily.
This is what Mancini can't do. He can't get over anxious and rush himself because Espana is just a cool guy. He takes his time.
There's that right hand uppercut. Ray, he's looking to nail Ray with that right uppercut. There it is again. There it is again. And there it is again.
Well, Gil, he's really setting it up now. Espana's really he's setting that right hand up.
That is his best punch. And as they say, it's a punch that can rip you wide open. Catches you just right. Very dangerous punch. It's also a dangerous punch to throw, though, because you can get counted pretty good with a left hook. Get caught with that right hand down.
Good left hand scored by Mancini. I'd like to alert our local stations along the line. There'll be a station break at the end of this third round. Good right hand by Espana to the midsection of Mancini. Mancini digs a left back. Under a minute to go in round 3. Mancini backing up Espana.
I don't feel Espana can keep this up at this pace. It's been a very fast pace for the opening round.
Mancini missed with a right and then a left. Solid left uppercut from Espana scored.
Seems like Mancini's a little dazed from that left hook.
Espana digging that uppercut inside, but Mancini smothering it. Under 30 seconds to go, closer to 20 now. There is some blood under the right eye of Boom Boom Mancini. We'll be back with more boxing action after this word from your local station. There is a look from the helicopter of the crowd of about 20,000 here at Mollenkopf Stadium, the Harding High School home field in Warren, Ohio. It is filled with Mancini partisans. The challenger in black, Ernesto Espana, former WBA champion. A warning to Espana for holding from referee Chris Padula, Tim Ryan, Gil Clancy, Sugar Ray Leonard at ringside, live on CBS Sports Saturday.
Mancini came out very purposefully at the start of this round, Tim. He ran across the ring. I just don't like him throwing those right hands to the head. That left hook is his best punch in this fight.
Landed a good solid left hook. Among the personalities at ringside, Sylvester Stallone.
You see the experience of Espana as he utilizes the whole ring. He's not on stationary target unless he's trying to set up.
Good right hand by Mancini. Best punch of the fight.
He set it up with a good left hook to the body, Tim. That's what he should do. Work that body and then go back up to the head.
Espana continues to lead with that left uppercut.
Hurt Mancini with the left hook, and I think that Espana is trying to do the same thing. I guess he feels that Mancini is vulnerable for left hook.
Mancini punches a lot faster than Espana, Ray, and when they do start to trade left hooks, Mancini's been beating him to the punch so far. Do you notice that expression of pain on Espana's face? It's really strange. It's unusual. He's practically saying, please don't hit me. I guess I'd say the same thing, though.
Mancini did not land anything effective in that last exchange. Espana blocked him well with his arms. Two titans meeting on that last exchange.
Keep an eye on the way that Espana delivers. It's like an uppercut, the left uppercut. It raises Mancini's head.
Mancini digging that right hand to the body. Good left hand by Mancini, and that rocked Espana. Under a minute to go. Round 4.
With a guy like Espana, Tim, you don't have to hit him with one big punch. What you have to do is put them together and take them apart. Big mistake is to try to nail him with one big punch.
Again, that leading left uppercut from Espana. Mancini's been picking it up a little better in this round. 30 seconds to go, round 4.
Now, Ray is forgetting all about that left jab. He should be moving in behind that jab. He's leaping in with big punches. He heard me, Tim.
I think he did, Gil. That jab of Mancini is very strong, and he should continue to use it.
Final seconds of round number 4 with Mancini on the attack at the ropes. Good left hand. Round number 5, and Mancini opens it with a good solid left hook. Referee Stanley Christodoulou separates them. Mancini quickly to the attack in this 5th round. It appeared he had Espana in a little trouble near the end of round 4, and perhaps Mancini's corner people told him, go get it.
They just banged heads, Tim. I hope nobody's cut.
Good right hand by Mancini.
Again, it was set up by the 2 punches to the body, Tim.
The inside fight is to Mancini's favor.
Mancini adding to the pressure now. Espana backing up. Some of his earlier fights, Mancini threw as many as 120 punches a round. We're seeing a little more pressure.
It's getting a little wild, though, Tim. He just has to shorten them up and put them together, that's all.
Espana, meanwhile, landed a good right uppercut inside.
Mancini's reaching.
Well, Mancini started to telegraph his punches, and an experienced fighter like Espana can see that. He can sense that, and he'll come back with something.
Mancini corner telling him to keep working. Ray, there's got to be some pressure on Mancini to try and win here by a knockout in front of his hometown crowd. And, of course, you got to be careful when you're trying to do that, don't you?
That's true, Tim. He's trying to put up a very impressive showing, especially to get a knockout. But he should take his time, and I still like the way he's approaching this fight.
Especially in this heat, Tim. I've seen plenty of guys be way ahead, and just all of a sudden deflate like a balloon.
Just landed a good left hand that set Espana back on his heels again. Espana has lost only 4 times in 40 professional fights. Right hand by Mancini grazed him. Under a minute to go. Round number 5. Tim Ryan, Bill Clancy, Sugar Ray Leonard live on CBS Sports Saturday. The Mancini Festival in Warren, Ohio.
Espana keeps attempting to throw that uppercut, and he's going to get caught by an overhand right.
Mancini's throwing punches from around the corner now. He should get himself back together, start using that jab again. Set up his combinations.
Good right hand to the midsection, slowed Espana down. He's still holding on. Final seconds. Round 5. Mancini banging away. This is round number 6, scheduled for 15. And the Espana people spilling ice in the corner. Referee Christodoulou pulling the fighters apart until they can scoop it out. And Mancini comes right to the attack again here in round number 6.
Espana doesn't look like he has a leg under him, Tim. A good stiff jab now, back him up, then he can hit him with anything he wants to hit him with.
Well, that ice in the corner was just enough to give Espana a little more rest, because I think he's still a little dazed from that fifth-round attack.
Good right hand scored by Mancini. You're listening to Sugar Ray Leonard, Gil Clancy with Tim Ryan, live from Mullen-Kopp Stadium, Warren, Ohio.
I remember your fight with Tommy Hearns. You had him hurt, and you banged him around, and you didn't get him out of there that one round. Then did you rest the round or two? Did you try to pace yourself a little bit?
Well, I had to rest for 2 rounds because that round, the 6th round I hurt him. I really got over anxious.
Well, that's exactly what Ray is. He's very effective, but if he doesn't get the guy out of there, he can maybe punch himself out.
Mancini has him in trouble now with 2 solid left hands, followed by a right. Espana now somewhat desperate, holding on here. Mancini calmly trying to press the advantage.
Well, for sure, Ray is not worried about pacing himself, Tim. He's going all out, letting it all hang out.
Left jab, backed up Espana again. Now Mancini pushes him into the ropes.
You notice when Ray is working the body, he's doing the right thing now.
Espana obviously losing the legs here. We're in round number 6. Right hand by Mancini. He may not let the sun become a factor in the heat we talked about in your fight against Hearns at Caesars Palace in Las Vegas. The sun may not be a factor at all if Mancini can keep this up.
Tim, he's taking Espana apart. He's so much physically stronger than Espana. He just pushes him off him.
Under a minute to go, round 6.
This has been a very strategic fight for Mancini. He slowed down Espana, and now he's making Espana fight his fight inside.
Espana's legs are obviously going on him, starting to wobble around the ring just to keep his balance. Mancini pressuring. Left hook to the ear, backed up Espana again, a left and a right. A right and a left. Solid punches from Mancini, and Espana hangs on.
Well, to Espana's credit, Tim, he's still up there. And he's punching back.
Trying a desperate uppercut that missed by several inches. Final seconds to go, round 6. Mancini taking full command in this round. Espana in trouble on the ropes again. This won't go down. At the bell. Mancini still punching at the bell. He didn't hear the bell. Mancini did not hear the bell. And the fight may be over. Stanley Christodoulou stepped in after the bell had sounded.
The referee didn't hear the bell either, Tim. He stopped the fight after the bell.
He stopped the fight after the bell. The bell had sounded. We could hear it. Espana was in difficulty, but had not gone down. There is no such thing as a standing 8 count, so therefore it was a question of the fight actually ending after the bell that signaled the end of round 6. This bell here to our left is not a very large or noisy bell, and the referee evidently did not hear the bell. Mancini was still punching. He apparently didn't hear it, and the referee, Christodoulou, stepped in front and stopped the fight.
Tim, I think it was all academic. Espana couldn't have gone much further anyhow, but the fight was definitely stopped after the bell rang.
Well, it is all over, and Stanley Christodoulou, the referee, apparently even to this moment, does not realize that the bell had sounded. He has not been over near the timekeeper, but he clearly stopped the fight because he thought Espana had taken too much punishment. So Ray Mancini has defended his title for the first time. The WBA crown he won from Art Frias here on CBS. A 6th round knockout, although as we have indicated, the stoppage came after the bell. Let's go back and see what happened, and here's the call. There's the bell. You can hear it. Mancini cannot hear it. Hear the bell.
There was a towel thrown in, Tim.
Was there a towel thrown in from the other corner, Ray?
Yes.
Not that officially that cannot stop the fight, but that would at least indicate that the Espana people agreed with Stanley Christodoulou, if indeed that was their intention. We'll have to ask them that, of course.
Well, Tim, as I said before, Tim, it was all academic. Espana wasn't going much further anyhow. The best he could have done was get off the stool to start the next round.
Well, I couldn't agree more. I don't think there's any doubt about that. Stanley Christodoulou felt that he had had enough. But nonetheless, through the quirks of the fact that with the noise in the stadium and the rather weak-sounding bell, neither the referee nor the boxer Mancini and probably Espana heard the bell. So it is a knockout victory for the champion, Boom Boom Mancini, over Ernesto Espana. We'll try and get a clarification of exactly what happened as we see the scene in the ring. His manager, Dave Wolf, and we'll be going up into the ring to talk with Mancini and get the rest of the facts surrounding the finish of the fight after 6 rounds of boxing at Mollenkoff Stadium in Warren, Ohio. We'll return here in a moment. Let's go to John Tesh in New York.
We're back here in Warren, Ohio. And Ray Mancini, the WBA champion, is with us. Also the referee, Stanley Christodoulou. I want to have a quick word with Stanley. Stanley, the bell apparently rang before you stopped the fight. Did you hear the bell ending the round?
No, I did not. I stopped the fight, and immediately I waved the fight over. I heard the bell sound.
So in your judgment, Espana could not continue. You thought the fight should have been stopped.
Exactly. I stopped the fight, saving further punishment.
All right, so it's just a question of you're not hearing the bell. Apparently Mancini didn't hear it either because he was still punching when you stepped in.
Well, when I stepped in, you can imagine the crescendo of the crowd. The bell was indistinct because I never heard nothing. When I stopped the fight and I waved the fight over, then I heard the bell, and the bell kept sounding. But the fight was all over. I had stopped the fight when the bell had sounded off.
Okay, thank you very much. Stanley Christodoulou, one of the veteran WBA referees, and he had stopped the fight as we showed you, and you heard the bell had sounded, but nonetheless, Espana was done. Here is the champion with his entire family, Lenny, his mother Ellen, Ray. I know how badly he wanted to win this fight here today. I guess as much or more so than winning the title because it was in front of your home crowd.
Absolutely, Tim. A lot of people said, well, now he's won the title for his father. Is there still desire, fire behind him to keep going? And I said, I'm hungrier now more than ever because I know what lies ahead for me. And I just showed it. Espana was the #1 contender. He's a good challenger. He's the #1 contender with former champ. And I tell you what, that's the way I wanted to beat him was good and show the people that there's a lot of fire behind me, and we're going to be around for a while.
Ray, the feeling was that he would be most dangerous in the first couple of rounds. What was your game plan?
Well, rip that body, concentrated body attack, and we stuck to it all the way. I was hitting with them left hooks and them right hands, and I heard him grunt and grunt, and I said it was just a matter of time. He's a good guy. He gives a lot of heart and soul. He's always in there, stays from, as long as he can. I just don't think he has it anymore, and I think I took a lot out of him. I banged him around pretty good, but I congratulate him. He's got a ton of heart. He's a great fighter, and I'm just going to...
Ray, did you hear the bell at the end of round 6?
I heard the bell. Well, no, I didn't. Stanley Christodoulou separated us. That was...
You hadn't heard the bell at that point?
No, not at all.
Well, he already told us he didn't hear it either. It was not a real noisy bell here in Warren, Ohio, so next time when you fight here, I bet they get you a big bell. All right. Now, this is, of course, Father Lenny, and Len, one thing we've noticed in seeing you during this past week is that the success of your son seems to have given you a new lease on life. Are you thinking about a comeback?
I'm making a comeback now.
You sure are. And listen, here's a young man we haven't met in this family.
My nephew Jason is my pride and joy right here.
All right, Jason, you got yourself on national television with the champion Ray Mancini. Congratulations to you. You were ahead on all 3 cards when the fight was stopped by the referee Stanley Christodoulou. Now let's return to our studios in New York once again and John Tesh.
Thank you very much.